Welcome to Collage of Health. Thanks for being here today. It is the 25th of May, 2025. And as I mentioned in the last couple of videos, I am re-earthing or pulling up from the ground information that I got back in 2022 onward. And I am up to February 6, 2023. So without further ado, let's get at it. When I was in the Akash, they said, don't worry about what you did or didn't do. It's okay. I was to write and scribe and continue my writing. I need to put on paper my experiences as they come through. And then I saw Mother Mary, a torch of light. She became Goddess Kali, and I am set on fire. So it's kind of a merging of Mother Mary, Kali, and me, and like this alchemy of fire. All will come and go, the seer and foreseen. So that's a really interesting comment. The seer and foreseen will come and go. More meditation is needing and no integration needed at this time. Time of Moses. So it's kind of like we're in a time of Moses, so to speak, and it isn't exactly how it happened back biblically, at least in a book that I read about, I think it was like Sons of God or something like that. I forgot the name of the book, but it was about these players, men of the Bible. I think that was what it was called. And they said it's not exactly as it was written, but go ahead and read it. It lacks the symbolism that's needed, but it also can be helpful for you to read it from that one lens of perspective. And then they spoke about, you want to know the ending basically of the story, and they said happily ever after a curtain opens and life seems to be bright and happy. I'm hearing this, and I can have this, and you can have this. Keep writing. You'll get your marching orders soon. Wait on the will of God. I see Jesus. I feel like a sense of bondage around our necks. And then I'm taken to the council for a blessing. Then I feel darkness and like evil coming in. And I'm told that um, God says you can reach higher, higher beyond the duality where all is one. Let go of judgment. There's no purpose in judgment. Try to find your way through equanimity, through balance. Time to let go of the angst about how life should show up. Just allow it in with grace. I love that. Just allow life in with grace without judgment. All will be righted in the end. Walking down a long hall, I'm taken up like a bird. Angel of mercy came through. Be the light of Christ. And then I saw former President Biden back then in February of 2023. He was caught between a rock and a hard place. He was angry. He did not seem to have any kind of cognitive issue. He seemed very with it. I was in the Capitol building, and I felt like I was like remote viewing from the Capitol building. I could feel the fear and unsureness of his staff. There was a darkness around him, and we were in a green room, and the military personnel was pushing him, and he was angry. He didn't want to be pushed or manipulated. He felt manipulated in this meeting to do something that maybe he didn't want to do. Bell of a war to go off soon, which is interesting because that is the year that Hamas attacked Israel. I think that there had an overarching meaning behind, it wasn't just what we saw. There was, I think, things that happened behind the scenes, very much so. You'll hear the bell in the street, similar to 1776. The British are coming. This time there'll be a different outcome. Now, I don't know if this pertains to Israel or what, or if this pertains to some future event that could have happened in the United States that was, stopped. I'm not really sure. Red, pink room. And then I saw like an evil woman sewing, and she was sewing and she had kids at her feet. And I almost felt like she was like sowing evil for future generations. Go, I went out the back door and I saw like a civil war and the remains of destruction. Jesus pulls me up. He says, watch, Chris, just watch. There'll be mayhem in the streets. There will be families fighting each other and fighting with friends. There's going to be fear, unrest. Money will lose its value soon. It is temporal. Oklahoma shooting, underlined Oklahoma. New Mexico, underlined, came up. Teach, help others who are unaware. Excuse me. Excuse me. Be a beacon of hope. Get out and hike, enjoy life. It's not, try not to see the polarity. It's good and bad. We love you. Biden was signing something of significance back then. Who knows what it was? Moses holding a staff, come join us on the path of enlightenment and enrichment, and you will find your answers within. Share what needs to be shared and hold back what doesn't. The time is now near. Be clear on your intentions. Stay centered. Try not to get ahead of yourself. Lamb of God, see the lambs, shepherd. And then I see the God force, like a cervix opening to the womb space where creation is held. So it's just a beautiful visual. It's like this womb within us is the womb of the earth that holds the potentiality of creation. I'm taken to the High Council, Council of Light. I see Mother Mary, Archangel Michael. I see Jesus and Mary Magdalene, and Joshua. I become a light dot, a blessing. The time is near. You will get your marching orders soon. Ask, can I start sharing this? And they say, wait, not yet. Back then, hopefully I can share now. I felt like the impetus to do so. I see pearls, jewels, need to make a necklace and link them together. I ask how important is my mission, and they say it's indestructible, everlasting, better days are ahead, count on it. By 2028, 2/3 of the population will be gone, I asked. They say yes. Hopefully we're on another timeline right now from back then. Be judicious of what you say tonight. Check in with your intention. So I don't know if it's saying that or saying something that night when I was going out. Then they tell me the earth will turn over 3 times before the end. And I think that's a biblical thing. You can look it up. The Joshua tree, tree has significance also, so you can look up its significance now and biblically if you'd like. Each day, live based on impulse, your instinct. I asked, should I get money out? And is this fear-based? And they say yes and no, yes or no. Yes and no, it's fear-based. Excuse me, I was worried about money back then, that something was going to happen with our currency. And they said, it's okay to be driven by human instinct. Just let these feelings pass through you. We'll send more people to you who hold the truth. And then the book of Job came through. Again, if you want to look into it and how this has significance for you in this now moment, then go for it. It offers clues of what is next. Then I saw an anthole, I think of Biden, anthole, and then Russia, question mark. The tauntings will get you nowhere. Russia, question mark. Is this meant for me personally? I ask, and they say the dogs are out. I walk up to the high court. You belong here. You are one of us. I feel haughty. St. Peter, you build your church amongst us. It will be your signature. So this is also a message for both you and me. We're building a church within our own temple, our own body, this church of, sustenance, apparently, too, or definitely, I'm not apparently, or definitely, right? We're building a church within ourselves. This is a time to put together a plan for the future and to start to build. I'm going to a thing that night, an event, and they say try not to eat too many sweets, which definitely has relevance for me right now. You're to be lighted by the fire, the fire of Christ, and will be shown soon the way. Follow the way of your greatest teachers. And then I go into the book of Job. I'm not going to read that right now. I'll let you kind of read it if you'd so choose. And then read Bartholomew for answers on how to proceed. And Bartholomew in the Bible, I think was Nathaniel, who was one of the 12 apostles, from what I could garner. And he initially doubted Jesus. And then he became a man of faith and a man who proclaimed his faith in Jesus. And he eventually was martyred, I think, in Armenia. I can never say that, wherever that is. All right, have faith in the process of change. I got a blessing at my throat, my forehead, and my chest. Um, Merlin says it is all how it is going to be, delight in the moment. I'm just jumping down because I see a lot of personal stuff here. Um, I saw these like white hooded beings coming in. So some people call them the white hats. I wasn't sure if they were good or bad back then. They felt unstoppable. And then I saw like fairies in my yard and they felt very benefic. I saw red, not sure what this is about. Time will start to warp, they tell me. The world will change even for the non-believers. The world would change even for the non-believers. And, isn't that the truth lately? Like, even people who are super on like just the one track of materialism, they're kind of like, like what's going on? I don't know. That's been my experience recently. I'm curious to hear about yours. There will be a tipping point. There will be shifting from the inside. Um, All right, see if I can just figure this out. I see Moses, the prophet, you will write, you will help people, you don't need to strive. It will come naturally to you as you continue to align and misalign with a world that is ending. Wow, it's crazy powerful. Forgive others and let go. The walk of life will change. The surface of the earth will get hotter. Gaia herself is revolving and saying enough. A crow cawed when I was writing that down. Find your way to me as I am here, Jesus said. The way is not long, not hard to find. If you listen to your heart, it will show you the way. So going into the heart will show us the way forward. It's so Wizard of Oz, like Dorothy had to go in. She couldn't look out. Um, Try to get outside, they say. The earth beings are plentiful. My heart feels very open. Um, you don't have to reach or grasp. Things are within your reach. I feel safe. They recommended that I do something like creatively, like take an art class or do some kind of creative thing. And that goes along with like the womb space and the creativity. Like, what are we going to create next? It has to come from within us. So whatever we're interested in, create. Try not to give your power away to fools. Find harmony within the body. Find the truth through your own path, not someone else's. Be true to who you are. You've worked for many lives on your magnificence. Again, these words are for both of us. We aren't going to show you which way you have lived right now. It would not serve the purpose. Um, as the holder, so that they basically say the record keepers didn't find that it would be helpful for me to know about my past lives. There are tree people, they're speaking. If you listen, this is February 9th, 2023. Jesus once again saying those who walk among us are free. This has been said to me quite often. Come, the time is now. Find your way. I'm here, literally, yes. Everyone can find me if they look carefully within their heart. Go in peace, enjoy, today to serve the Lord Jesus the Christ. And then the 10th of February, um, something happened that day that, upset me. And basically what the guide said is that very little is done purposefully, that things really happen for us the way that they're meant to happen. And it's not necessarily people do things to us. They said earth beings are outside. Then I saw like a falcon in my mind's eye. They said, scribe, add structure to your life. Things will happen quickly. Be prepared. Oklahoma came up again, a fire. Moses is trying to get my attention. I see these towns that have burned. Hooded men in black, a clash of ideologies. Jakarta, something with England, maybe the royal family, a dinosaur. Buckingham Palace, people dying. Daily through the raid. The guards are ruthless. This gives bad press to the royals. I see evil underneath, like black hooded figures. Better days are ahead. Wait, be patient. The time isn't now for any big moves. Ready yourself. I see poppy flowers. I say, does this mean I'm asleep? And they say, wake up. You need to wake up. Minister of change is here. Be with the forsaken ones. Be with them for now. Mother Mary telling me that I would be okay from this injury that I incurred, that I felt like it wasn't purposeful, but it could have been avoided. Don't worry, keep your energy high, allow and love. It's here for you. I see a treasure chest. They want me to pick out a treasure. I get an amethyst cross, but I decided instead on a beating heart, and I put it up to my own heart. It's like the heart of gold. Allow life, allow love. I see a glass house, and then they basically say they adage, people who live in glass house shouldn't be throwing stones at others. Try not to judge good and bad, just this. Hold on to divine hope. That's all we have. I see things floating in the ocean. I think of the Indian Sea. I see Maharaji handing me his blanket, and he looks more serious, but then he shows me he kind of turns around and kind of wiggles his butt. He's a jokester as he shows up to me. And then the year 2027 comes up, a white eagle. Come to the past of the future and hold a space for it. Wow, come to the past of the future and hold a space for it. So I'm going to stop there. That seems like a good place to stop today. Thanks for listening, and I will hopefully catch you tomorrow.